Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by Patreon supporter Brett. Huge thanks to Brett and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Brett reached out asking for a deck for his friend Dakota, who just moved across the country. To celebrate this momentous occasion, Brett asked that I build a deck for Dakota around Atemsis All-Seeing. But before we get started, I'd like to quickly ask you to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel, and it's free. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Atemsis All-Seeing is a 6-mana 4/5 legendary Sphinx with flying. We may pay 3 mana and tap Atemsis in order to draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Additionally, whenever Atemsis All-Seeing deals combat damage to an opponent, we may reveal our hand. If the cards we reveal have at least 6 different mana values between them, that player loses the game. So we want to focus on card advantage as well as a variety of mana value in this deck. We aren't afraid to have a few high mana value cards in the deck, but at the same time, we want to be able to cast them. We should also have some backup Wincons as well as some other shenanigans in the deck. Finally, remember the wording on Atemsis' triggered ability. It says whenever Atemsis deals damage. We're not limited to combat damage. So a couple of ways for Atemsis to deal damage directly to an opponent would also be a good inclusion. Finally, I wanted to take this opportunity to remind people why blue is the most feared color in Magic. I've seen too many players these days not take blue seriously. Well, hopefully this video will convince them otherwise. But before we get to our deck list, we should keep in mind our checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp. 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Reliquary Tower, Mystic Sanctuary, War Room, Nykthos Shrine to Nyx, and 31 Islands. Keeping it simple. Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Sky Diamond, Mind Stone, Thought Vessel, Felwar Stone, Decanter of Endless Water, High Tide, Wayfarer's Bauble, Solemn Simulacrum, Sapphire Medallion, and everyone's favorite combo, Isochron Scepter and Dramatic Reversal. Fairy Mastermind, Treasure Cruise, Teferi's Ageless Insight, The Magic Mirror, Consecrated Sphinx, Tribute Mage, Flow of Knowledge, Blue Sun's Zenith, Frantic Search, Pull from Tomorrow, Mystical Tutor, Thirst for Discovery, Behold the Multiverse, Seagate Restoration, Windfall, Echo of Eons, Sensei's Divining Top, and Rhystic Study allow us to dig through our deck and keep our hands full as needed. Counterspell, Negate, An Offer You Can't Refuse, Arcane Denial, Pongify, Mystic Confluence, Rapid Hybridization, Archmage's Charm, Reality Shift, Mana Drain, Narset's Reversal, Cryptic Command, Wash Away, Disallow, Commit Memory, and Imprisoned in the Moon. We should be able to keep the game going long enough or to prevent others from winning. Aetherize, Cyclonic Rift, Evacuation, Flood of Tears, and Consuming Tide. I know that's a lot, but we really only have a couple of creatures that we want to keep on board, so we don't mind if they all get bounced back to hand. Swiftfoot Boots helps to protect our commander, or our alternate Wincons, which consist of Tristadecaphile, Thassa's Oracle, Jace Wielder of Mysteries, and Laboratory Maniac. Enter the Infinite allows us to trigger most of those, and we can win the game on the spot. Finally, Psionic Gift and Hermetic Study allow our commander to deal damage without attacking. But is this enough to teach people to fear blue? Temporal Mastery, Time Warp, Nexus of Fate, and Karn's Temporal Sundering should be enough to put the fear of blue back into our opponents, especially if we go infinite with them. Now that we have our deck list, we can compare it to our checklist. 49 mana sources split between 35 lands and 14 pieces of ramp. A little light, but we have enough card advantage to ensure that we hit our land drops. 19 pieces of card advantage counting our commander. 16 pieces of interaction. 5 board wipes. 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Commit Memory and Echo of Eons. 1 Sudden I Win card in Narset's Reversal. I'm sure some of you caught it as I was going through the video. 2 of our 4 turn spells exile themselves after we cast them, and a third one shuffles back into our library. But if we put Narset's Reversal on an Isochron Scepter, we can cast that turn spell for as long as we want. We can then sculpt our hand so we have 6 cards with different mana value and kill our opponents, one after another. Or you could stick with Dramatic Reversal, create infinite mana, cast Thassa's Oracle, and then with the trigger on the stack, cast a Pull from Tomorrow or a Blue Sun Zenith to draw through your entire deck and win the game. Now, Brett never gave me a spending limit on this deck, but I decided to make sure there were no cards over $50. You could add Mana Vault, Force of Will, Force of Negation, or any of the other free counterspells in Magic. But I wanted to have some kind of limit. Otherwise, Blue Mage's egos get too big. Do you have a mono blue commander deck? Who's your commander? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. One of the tiers is specifically set up for Commander. For only $25, I will build you a custom Commander deck based around your specifications, and even do a deck video on it. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Phoenix of Ice, Squishy, Brett, Roxy, Josh, Sean, OT, Richard, Pob Zombie, Mark, Danny, Sandwich, Alex, Bryce, and John. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander deck videos often, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Also, if you're a fan of anime and manga like I am, feel free to check out my other channel, Musings by Danon. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.